Hello, everybody. Another episode of Seize Your Business. Jim Waszak here from Success Enhancement. And Kevin is not with us today, but we have a very amazing guest, Jackie Camacho from JJR Marketing. And our topic today is pursuing your dreams, because Jackie is a great example of that. I've known her for about 6-7 years now. She's truly one of the most amazing people I know. Came here from Mexico, couldn't speak English, and now has a thriving marketing company, a thriving publishing company, and has written several books, 8 I think, but I can't keep track. So welcome, Jackie.
Thank you. What a pleasure.
Yes,
Jim.
absolutely, absolutely. So, give us a little the thumbnail, how you came here from a little girl and came here as a little girl and...
Came here when I was 14 years old, didn't speak a word of English, and I was determined, and became trilingual within a couple of years. I picked up English, and why not German? Why not be the unusual Mexican that speaks Deutsch, right?
Right, right.
And it was truly a passion of mine back then, and I love the language, I love the culture. And when I was 23 years old, I started a marketing agency. Fearless. I just wanted to change the world through marketing. I wanted to give a helping hand to the small business business owner that was confused, maybe overwhelmed, maybe not sure about what to do with their business or how to market. And I wanted to be that guide for them. And it's to this day, as of today, we're celebrating 10 years in business. So exciting, because even as my team has continued to grow and expand, that mission is still the same. How can we be the catalyst that helps provide hope to a small, medium-sized, and even some Fortune 500 companies as well? In 2014, I launched a company called Fig Factor Media, which is a publishing company. Because in 2010, I had published my first book as a 27-year-old Latina. And to my surprise, there were so many people that came up to me that said, I want to publish a book too. How can I do that? Started helping them, and in one occasion I was getting a phone call from Inc. magazine, and they said, have you helped anybody write books or inspire them? I started making a list, and I realized that since 2010 I've helped about 43 people become authors, which is amazing. And then I started a nonprofit organization for young Latinas, because my heart was just filled with so much joy and hope and excitement, and I decided to make that happen. So.
That's just terrific. And you know what, I'll tell you about Jackie. A lot of people think, wow, she's really good at marketing and PR and promotion. But I think what really drives her is her sincere desire to help everybody, have everybody succeed. And it's just a beautiful thing, just a beautiful thing. Well, your most recent couple books I thought were particularly interesting on today's inspired Latina. And tell us a little bit about how you came up with that idea and how you put it all together.
It was an idea due to the magic that I've experienced in my life as an author, and doing national tours, international trips to talk about my story and the doors that authorship has opened for me. TV interviews, radio interviews, keynote speaker, speaking engagements.
Being on Seize Your Business.
Being here today, I could not be here today if I were not an author. Maybe from another angle, but let's just go with that.
Okay,
right now.
Okay, we'll go with it.
Go with that, right? For the sake of the illustration here. And you know what? It's been magical for me. It's been amazing. It's been an incredible journey. And I wanted all the Latinas to feel the magic that I've felt since I became an author at the age of 27 years old. So I invited originally 10 women to share their stories. Everybody got a chapter, share their stories about overcoming adversity and really facing adversity and creating success out of that. So little did I know that it was such a hot, interesting topic for so many amazing women. And a lot of them came up to me and said, Jackie, I want to work with you. I've always seen your trajectory, and this is a great opportunity to be connected to you in some way. So 27 women later, for volume 1, I had to cut it. I said, we need to publish this book, otherwise we're never going to publish it. So that magic led to an event that became the biggest event of my life, with over 600 people showing up to a book launch. Amazing and magical. And that led us to a national tour. And that led us to volume 2, which we just launched about a few weeks ago, which led us to another over 600 people to now lead us to another national tour in volume 3 in 2007. So I am very humbled to be in the epicenter of so much beauty and so much inspiration that I created with one simple inspiration. So that's what dreams are all about. Elevating others and helping them achieve their dreams.
And I have to tell you a little anecdote because Jackie helped me create a new concept called, sort of like networking, but it's called cry working. Because I introduced her to another lovely lady, Luz Maricaro, and they connected, and they were talking about how much they wanted to help people and how deeply they felt about this. And they start crying at the networking meeting. So I figure it's a new concept called cry working.
Cry working, I love it. And, you know, my latest adventure has been becoming a pilot. One of the only few Latinas in the state, or maybe even in the nation, according to the statistics, to basically fly for fun. And I'm so excited. I did my first solo yesterday.
Congratulations.
Big accomplishment.
That's beautiful.
So I'm humbled by the manifestation of all these incredible dreams and how aligning yourself with your core authenticity allows other people to step up and say, I have a dream too.
Right.
And that's what I love, you know.
So let's talk a little bit on maybe a little more practical side of the dream, because you have helped a lot of people with their marketing. And there's probably a lot of people who have a dream of building a business of one type or another, and, you know, maybe they get it started, but they really don't know how to reach out to their marketplace. What would you say would be like the first 3 things or so that they would focus on? What would be your suggestions?
So I think for any business, I don't care how small or big you want to make it, there are 3 fundamental things that you should always keep in mind. Pre-business, or even when you have your business already started. One of them is to really understand your audience. Who's your audience and what value are you going to bring to them? What really, how are you changing creating a paradigm shift in their world? So really understanding why you're creating that product or service and how that's going to service to that particular specific audience. Second is, how will you communicate those messages? What are the key words that will trigger connection with that audience? So are there certain phrases that you'll say or certain things that you'll do that will connect them emotionally? That's the key. Number 3 is, how will you reach out to them? What are the vehicles? Where do these people hang out? What do they do for fun? Where are they when they think about the solution or the service that you're providing? Get them in their ambience and their ecosystem. If you know that they talk to attorneys all the time when they're going through the issue that you solve, talk to attorneys. Find out, as your witnesses, find out how you can be the strategic alliance with them, you know, to make sure that you are connecting with those people when they really need you. Because, you know, a lot of people get confused about the reason why people hire you being different than the reason why people stay with you. Okay? The reason why people hire you might be due to changed circumstances in their world. Maybe because they're getting a divorce, perhaps because they have a flood in their basement, perhaps because business is going south. Those could be the changed circumstances that trigger somebody to say, I need somebody to help me with ABC. So once they start working with you, they will not stay with you because of that reason. They will stay with you because of how you make them feel, because the emotion, the connection. That's why knowing who they are, knowing how to communicate with them effectively, and knowing how to reach out to them in the proper vehicles are the 3 most important things to any business, whether you're starting it out or you have it. My kids are starting a smoothie business.
Okay,
it's called Amazing Treats. And he said, well, let's do some market research first. Let's find out. I created this little academy, the Kid Entrepreneurial Academy. And I set them down, they're 6 and 9. And I said, you want to start a business? Let me tell you how. And it didn't differ from anything that I would say to a grown-up. I told them exactly the same thing with the same seriousness. And we have roles, the CFO, the CMO, even a chief delivery officer. And they know their roles. They know how to take care of this. And they're taking it very seriously. Yeah. It's amazing to see a 6-year-old and a 9-year-old and their 2 little neighbors taking this so seriously and so excited about this.
That's terrific. Well, you know, I'm a golfer, and sometimes on a golf course you'll see some little kids have found the lost golf balls and they're trying to sell them, you know, and I always make a point of buying some for them because I figure I'm fostering their entrepreneurial your entrepreneurial career. But you know what? Let me ask you to comment on this, because one thing I notice with a lot of people, they tend to talk a lot about what they do as opposed to talking about the benefit they actually provide. Like I've met, for example, chiropractors. Well, we'll adjust your spine. Well, who cares about that? But if they say the result, like we make you feel better, we make you more flexible, talk a little bit about what people do and the result and why one is more important than the other.
Well, I think that ultimately people don't really care about what you do as long as they feel that you care. And it's, there's been a major shift in the marketing world over the last 12, 13 years that I've been in it. And the major shift has been going from push marketing, which is more about features and benefits, what you're talking about. Hey, we are the chiropractic care of the 21st century. We do this, this, and this. Who cares, right? So now what is happening is it's been this tremendous shift of people recognizing the why in their marketing messages. Therefore making their marketing approach more about a pull strategy, where you're getting people to talk about the amazing experience they've had with you. So testimonials, media placements, endorsements, added value content, all those things come together to make an impact. And they don't talk about features and benefits. And that's how you create an emotional connection with an audience. And therefore you go back to who's their audience, what are the key messages, and how will I reach them so that I have the maximum opportunity to impact them and connect with them at a deeper level.
Beautiful, beautiful. Comment a little bit about niches. And I give you an example. There was an attorney I met some years ago, and she was kind of just starting out in a practice, of her own, and she was trying to do more or less everything. And I asked her, well, what are you really good at? And she said, I'm really good at real estate tax abatement. So I said, why don't you just focus on that? And that was kind of the last I heard of it. A couple years later, I called her up about something, and she said, oh, yeah, I changed her whole business because she's now got this booming business by focusing on that niche. How important is it to have a specific, well-defined niche?
I think it's very important. I think that every business should have a very clearly defined, unique selling proposition that becomes the center point, becomes the opening gate for all the rest of the opportunities. A lot of people, for example, connect with me because of my make it happen attitude, the energy. They connect with that right away. And when we start seeing the results, then it opens up the doors to potentially writing a book for them, or potentially doing a bigger marketing campaign, or maybe content strategy or social media. And I think that is, it's very important to know. And it goes back to what I just said earlier. It's target audience, key messages, and vehicles. It goes back to that. And if we can simply have all of you watching, take a look and do an assessment, a very deep assessment on the audience, key messages that you're communicating, and the vehicles that you're using, you will probably find 5 to 10 new insights that you didn't even know because you simply didn't sit down to find those.
Yep.
And it goes back to those 3 basic things in any kind of business, with anything you're trying to market: target, key messages, and audience, and vehicles.
Beautiful, beautiful. Well, I have to tell you, I feel pretty blessed in my life. I've met a lot of really interesting, wonderful people who mostly become my friends, but Jackie is certainly one of those. She's done so many great things and has such a great heart. If you'd like to talk to her sometime about your marketing challenges, about being an author, about pursuing your dreams, or you just want to meet a really cool person, you can reach out to her. Jackie, how can people reach you?
The best way to reach me nowadays is either through LinkedIn. You can find me as Jacqueline Camacho on LinkedIn. You can also find me on Facebook. I do a lot of really cool posts on Facebook about, my flying adventures, about bringing girls from Mexico for my foundation and giving them an experience of a lifetime, to other really nice inspirational things. My keynotes, I'm doing one for United coming up. Printers Row Lit Fest, I'm opening it up this year,
Super.
Which is a great honor.
Super.
And so find me on Facebook, Facebook.com/Jacqueline Author, and you'll find all the amazing updates. And then, of course, you can go to my websites, JackieCamacho.com. You can go to jjarmarketing.com or todayslatina.com. So
Okay.
excited to
Super.
be here. Thank you.
Thank you, Jackie. It's been a pleasure having you here. If you'd like to talk to me ever about your business challenges, or if you need some comedy in your life, give me a call at 630-272-3895. Thank you very much.